All right, I think we got everything working. All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome in. We are doing a little bit of an easier stream today. I'm still having a huge amount of issues with my computer, and I literally upgraded to brand new RAM, and I'm still having issues. Basically, the short answer, though, is I'm going to be running basically just the game in my voice. We're not going to worry about the camera, not going to worry about all the funny gizmos and gadgets, just the game and me and you guys. So if you guys haven't seen, there's been, of course, a great big update for the round 3, the April update, Firaxis Feature Workshop. This, of course, is the new beta version. It is only live for 1 week. So you guys will want to get in while you can from this Wednesday until next. And I do have a couple of Steam keys available for those that need access to it. But we're also just going to jump pretty much right into it. I actually have a saved file, but I'll show you basically what I did to set up. There's a lot that's brand new. First, we can talk about a little bit of the balance patch, which means basically there's a couple of buffs and a couple nerfs to a few of the leaders. So Ada Lovelace has a bigger cultural boost. It's kind of a little thing, but you know, it's pretty good. Ashoka, a world renouncer, he only gets happiness adjacency to unique buildings, not all buildings. That's definitely a nerf. But it's something that is actually something I definitely think is appropriate considering how they just nerfed. They just made happiness way more important in your games, so that makes sense to me for sure. Also, Lochnar, welcome. Graham, welcome. One I actually think is really cool is the Harriet Tubman, because now whenever she completes an espionage action, she generates a migrant. That was one of her mementos, and they finally added it as her main ability. And as you know, freeing the slaves through espionage, underground railroad vibe. I think that's fantastic to have that in her pack. And you can actually also get the memento to double down on that, so you can get 2 migrants. But what's the biggest thing that they changed? There's a lot of things they've changed. We also want to talk about Tecumseh, because Tecumseh, who I actually want to play tonight, he has a little bit of a nerf, but also a buff. So he gets food per age in towns only, but production per age in cities only for every city-state that you're choosing of. So that used to be 1 food and environment production in all settlements. However, you'll notice that all independent powers start friendly with you. Tecumseh has a major... he really likes city-states, but he had no inherent ability to generate influence, which made getting city-states very difficult for him. This means he's not only going to have a head start to befriending every city-state, but actually he's going to have no barbarians, because every city-state will be friendly, meaning like you can have a completely peaceful opening to your games, and that's fantastic. He has combat strength for all infantry and range units for every city-state you're choosing of. That used to apply to all units. Now it's very particular to these land type units. I think that's fine. Having kind of the inland control makes sense for him. But then he also gets dominion points. These are the military victory points for being towards a military victory. And that will help either in winning domination or defending against domination. So it's not that he needs to be a domination leader, but having an alternative source for military victory points will help him stave off a military victory as well. So that's really cool. Oh yeah, Tecumseh and Tonga is going to be an elite combo, absolutely. So there's a lot I want to jump into, and I want to jump into right away. I decided we're going to play a Shawnee game just because I really want to play Tecumseh's Shawnee for a lot of different reasons. But you'll see here we actually have the option to play as any of the civilizations throughout the entire game now. So Tonga, you'll see here, has influence on the palace and city halls in the settlements that are adjacent to the coast. This actually scales in per age, so that actually becomes very, very strong throughout the game. They also get the free trade routes, but specifically their ability to suzerain city-states in distant lands and also explore distant lands is very unique to them. And of course, they have a unique district that will help them and unique scout to find those distant lands. So it's actually really cool to see that I had a very big question about Tonga specifically, about whether or not their unique unit is going to be contained only by them. And technically it is. So with Syncretism, you're able to pull unique units and unique infrastructure from other civilizations. And we're gonna get into this in a bit. So other civs will have the option to build their unique infrastructure, but remember, it's going to be later on in the game. So Tonga is still going to have a head start when it comes to exploring distant lands, but they're not the only ones that can do it anymore. What I wanted to do today is I want to jump straight into a game with Shawnee. Now, Shawnee is a civ that I have been really, really meaning to play, but I have never actually gotten around to playing them. They are very reliant on navigable and minor rivers. You'll see they have, in their apex age, they get additional food, and improvements and districts on minor and navigable river terrain and settlements adjacent, if they're adjacent to the navigable river. And cities that are not on a navigable river get a -10 food malus. They're very, very dependent on these navigable rivers. And when you were able to play, when you had to do civ switching, basically what would happen is you would either play as the Mississippians or the Mayan or another civilization, and you wouldn't spawn on navigable rivers because you didn't have that spawn bias. So when you went to transition into Shawnee, you probably didn't have any navigable rivers on your most important cities. But now that you can spawn in as Shawnee, not only do you get the food bonuses immediately for selling next to navigable rivers, and you can also synergize your strategy from antiquity into exploration into modern, you're just gonna have a better spawn right off the bat. You're gonna have because your actual founder location will likely spawn on a navigable river, and that's a really big deal. And that's actually something that's not unique. That's actually something that's really important for pretty much everyone. So if we scroll down here and we look at, for instance, who am I looking at? Oh, geez. So of course the Mayans, they want to spawn like in the tropics, and because they're in antiquity, they always spawn in the tropics. But if you want to be, say, the Inca and spawn next to the mountains, well, if you play as Mississippians, they have a flat bias, which means you're not going to spawn near mountains. But if you play as Inca from the start, you can now spawn on mountains, have mountains in antiquity, really have a really strong apex age and exploration, and then continue on. And just like even just these spawn biases is a really big deal when it comes to all of these types of civs. Now, there's also some civs I want to show off because we didn't get to see these in the last workshop. So like Russia, you can see here, we know Russia as a modern era civilization, and they have, of course, culture on quarters and cities, science on quarters and cities and tundra. Actually, I don't know if that's reworked. Anyways, you can see you now have a civilization that will have cultural and science on quarters and tundras throughout the entire game. And then it doesn't even have to scale, it looks like. Food on farms and towns, production on farms and towns in tundra. That's actually really nice. The Mississippians, we all know, have huge food adjacency to resources, but you'll be able to play that through all 3 ages, which is fantastic. Someone specifically I wanted to talk about is, oh look, hey, we got a search feature. The Khmer. Khmer are actually a really interesting civilization because they get the districts on rivers do not remove the natural yield of the tile. So you end up building these really interesting like cities in antiquity that just run up and down these minor rivers with all these warehouse buildings having really, really high yield on these river tiles. But then whenever you hit exploration, you had to switch to a different civilization, and you lost all of those just immediate yields, and you had to then completely upend and rewrite your entire city plan. Now you can just keep this and play through all 3 ages. And I think that's actually really, really satisfying. And probably one of the civilizations I would have chosen right off the bat, but I actually really wanted to play as Shawnee today, basically because I really like the Tecumseh changes, and the fact that you can now play Shawnee from antiquity, meaning you'll actually have a nice navigable river spawn when you play as Shawnee. So things we'll be looking at, of course, will be having the food on improvements and districts on minor and navigable river terrain. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna jump right in, actually. I'm just gonna load up the game. So Here we are. I rolled 2 maps. I really like the second map. If you guys have questions for this playtest, feel free to ask them. I did go through and read up on all of the patch notes last night, but and I've been watching Ursa Ryan and Gemma Pixel and a few people stream today, and but a lot of this is still pretty new to me. So you'll see, I'm gonna hit begin game here, and we have this freaking fantastic river spawn. We have a navigable river, a bunch of minor river tiles, and I'll just pull this up here. So of course, we're gonna try to utilize city states, giving us food in towns, production in cities, and combat strength in our infantry and range units. It also gives us dominion points, which I'll talk about that in a little bit. And all independent powers start friendly with you, so very, very easy opening to the game. We can go a lot of scouts early on, which will help us find the city states as well. I think that's something to really point out. So Shawnee here getting food on improvements and districts on minor and navigable river terrain is quite but only if your settlement is adjacent to navigable rivers. That's actually a really important thing to note. So because our city is right here on a navigable river, I'm just gonna go settle right in place. You'll see we have 6 food here. That's the +1 food on the district, because it's about the tile improvements and the districts, which is actually just a neat little bonus. So our unique unit we will not have access to until the exploration age, as well as our civilian unit, and that's okay. If we want to, we can syncretize to get a new unit, as well as our unique infrastructure. We do have a couple of traditions we'll be able to unlock in this era, though. So we have one that will help us towards initiating and progressing befriending independent. Oh, is that new? Actually, I haven't played No Shawnee. I don't know if these were worked or not. But we have one that allows us to befriend independent powers more for cheap, which actually helps out with the influence, the lack of an influence bonus we have. But then there's actually another tradition here. Tradition 1, influence in cities adjacent to navigable rivers. 2 gold per city-state you're choosing of. Fantastic. Yeah, influence for cities, gold for choosing city-states. That's a nice little snowball. That sounds really good. Hey, Lion, how's it going? I picked up 2 mementos. It's going to be very easy ones. +1 diplomatic attribute point, and +1 food per age and semblance for each city-state you're choosing of. And of course, Tecumseh's. And I'm going to go ahead and click that right now. So let's go ahead and get the +1 influence on the palace. I'm also going to very quickly adjust my UI here. So we do not have the option to pick UI scaling yet. One of the biggest issues with this UI actually isn't really the design. It's just how big everything is. And how I get around it for now is I'm going to turn off the enable high resolution UI scaling. And that's going to actually bring the UI out to be, because we're playing on the 1440p, that actually brings the UI into a direction that I think is a little bit more approachable. You'll see here, you have a lot more room for your policies and traditions. This is something that I've highlighted to Firaxis directly and saying, hey, we need to be able to do this. Like look, you have so much more room. In all the menus, we can see a lot more of the tech tree at once. And of course, the UI is very big because it has to be designed for a lot of screens, specifically smaller screens like your phone or your tablet. But of course, this isn't scale the right way in every place. But specifically, like the new resource screen is actually a lot easier to use when you scale it down. And that's something that I know that they're working on. So. Oh, wow. An unmet player has completed the triumph where they have 1 tile from all natural wonders in the homelands. Interesting. Your hype for round 3 and hope I'll release some content for it. I'm just going to try. I am very busy right now. I have a full-time work and then also bartending on the side. I'm going to try. The last round I literally recorded 3 episodes for my Incan playthrough and even made thumbnails and titles for all 3. Released the first one and then never touched the second or third video. And I felt really bad because I felt really good about those. And now I feel like it's too late to go back and do them. Hey, Willie, how's it going? Crazy how could you even want to play such a game on a phone? Yeah, that's kind of crazy. I could understand wanting to play Civ when you're on the train or something like that, but it's definitely something that's more of a tablet need for sure. So there's a bunch of changes that have happened, and I think I want to jump through them pretty much. I guess we'll start one as we go. Just start hitting next turn, and they'll pop up as we go.
The radiance of the new world.
Isabella, and there's only one natural wonder. Yeah, so I noticed there was actually, what was that? Someone claimed... Huh. I shouldn't have clicked those away so fast. It said all natural wonders in the homelands, but it was probably on the other continent. We're playing on the new map type, by the way. This is the fractal continents. I have no idea what to expect with this. I just know we have a nice natural river. We have a bunch of tropics. We had some gold, some jade. I really like the spawn here. In terms of technology, I think this is very similar to the last round. So you see, we don't need to use technology to unlock +1 production on mines or +1 production on woodcutters. They have just an inherently higher yield, so there's less of a immediate bloat to the game. There is still the +1 production on clay bits, which I don't know how I feel about this one, why they keep that, but we're gonna go pottery here, and I'm gonna immediately start, ooh, goody hut, all right, awesome. And cool, we'll hit choose production here. I'll go for another scout right away. I'm liking 4K, no scaling, small font scale. Map is huge. UI is small but readable. So yeah, so what you can do is you can definitely change to different resolutions, right? So we have like the basic, where the heck? 1920 by 1080p. Without the UI scaling, this actually is just literally the normal. But then if you go ahead and you load 4K, now if you of course have enable high resolution UI scaling, it's going to be 4K, and then you're going to have the UI be scaled up. But if you turn this off, the UI becomes incredibly tiny. Like so tiny, to the point where this is it might be fun on certain screens, but on my screen, and especially on stream, I think it's too far. This is why I really think it's kind of just a hack that I can do the 1440p and turn off resolution scaling, and then be at a UI scale that I'm comfortable with. But it's definitely something we should be able to customize for sure in our game setup. I think the 4K is definitely too small for stream specifically. Ooh, okay, so we got a good cut for a nice little food boost. We can immediately grow our cities, and you can see here there's 3 food on this river tile. That's fantastic, and we can immediately grab the gold as well. Actually, do I want to get +1 food on improvements and districts on minor and navigable rivers? I guess that's actually something to say about improving river tiles just immediately. It has additional food. I like the gold here, though, so I'm going to grab that quickly. There's just production there as well. You have a 42-inch OLED TV. Oh, if you're playing on TV, then yeah, that changes your stuff a little bit. Ooh, I don't know what type of victory condition you want to go for. Tecumseh is basically a food production defensive kind of build. So I don't know what victory condition we would even want to go for. But I'm just gonna go ahead and do a quick little search here. Nice, we got some cotton, and this is what I'm looking for. More navigable rivers for us to settle towards, which will be a very big deal. There's also a good ahead here. I'm probably gonna go triple scout, because of course, why not? Every city state's gonna be friendly, so like, why not? Let's go for triple scout. That sounds awesome. Now, what I do want to look at is some of these victories. So you can see there's the victory by dominance system. So this, of course, you can't win in antiquity. You also can't win in the first half of exploration anymore. But we're going to have a bunch of different ways to win the game. Cultural, economic, and military are going to be score-based, where you have to have more tourism than everyone else, more GDP than everyone else, or more dominance. Military victory points are now called dominion. More dominance than anyone else. Scientific is the space race still. But you can see here, there's a bunch of new victory screens. I'm going to pull these up consistently throughout the game. I noticed military now has different icons for different types of cities, which is helpful. Scientific has these little rockets to 100, which is fun. GDP is a graph. Those are actually very fun to see. And the culture victory, we'll have to continue to click on these all the time. Hey, Optimistic Noodle, how's it going? I'm going to go ahead and get the... Oh, you know what? That's 2 food here. It's 2 food. Oh, this is a river tile as well. Definitely want to prioritize river tiles with Shawnee. And then I'm going to go up this way for that goodie hut. Lots of tropics. Lots of science. In a low power game, you should be able to win in antiquity, no? So you technically can't win unless you... I mean, besides killing everyone. You can always win by killing everyone. But in terms of the victory condition, these don't trigger until halfway through exploration at this now. So we got pottery, so we now have access to the brickyard. I'm actually gonna go sailing here because getting things like warehouses, the fishing boat will help us improve our river tiles because I'm prioritizing rivers. And I'm gonna come up this way. Ooh, and look, our first independent power, friendly, fantastic. They are on a river, though, that I might want to utilize. And it looks like we have a Frederick of Prussia. We have a friendly meet. We're going to do a... we have an Antiquity Prussia, which will be great to see. So... you can see he likes leaders with wonders in the capital and dislikes those with buildings in their capital. What? I'm sorry? If I have buildings in my capital, you're not going to like me? Then what do you think a capital is for, my man? So Prussia is going to have common strength for every civ that they're unfriendly or hostile with. So that's something to note. He might be just generally aggressive. You bet the map updates with rivers from the last workshop feels great with the Shawnee. Yeah, I'm thinking so. I'm going to look...
is always stalking people. The land.
Oh, baby. All right, cool. We have rivers and a natural wonder down this way. I think we know where we're going to settle. There's, of course, Borderland up here. I'm going to settle down in the south anyways. He wants to have a cultural exchange with us. I'm not going to support this. I need to have my influence for city-states. I will accept, though, because that's still going to be good for us. We're at 4 population. Might as well get some of our... stuff. Oh, I don't have detailed map tax. Yo, Iceland? Iceland? Hey, Uli. Dude, Iceland is actually going to be a phenomenal civ to play. If you don't know, Iceland, they are going to have sight on all naval units, but they also get culture every time you discover a natural wonder. With Isabella, that means you spawn on a natural wonder. Like, they're going to be so good. This isn't limited to only exploration area anymore, so you don't feel like the need to, like, not fully explore things. You get culture in antiquity, you get culture... and exploration, you get culture in modern if you're playing Iceland through all 3 ages, and that's fantastic. Iceland also, they get to pillage antiquity sites, archaeological sites, and gain 2 artifacts when they do so. They just can dig archaeological sites with their boats, and it's freaking amazing. Prussia is when you want to try it. Prussia, Napoleon, yeah, dude. Yeah, dude, that sounds awesome. All right, so in terms of maps, tax stuff, so here's a good science tile, here's a good culture tile. I guess my food and gold goes here, so what we're gonna do is I'm just gonna start building my brickyard. I might as well, I don't wanna put it on our rivers if we can help it. And yeah, we're gonna get to 5 population as fast as possible.
I protect thee.
There it is, chiefdom. Now this is new. So our government screen has been updated. We do, of course, have only 1 tradition slot. So we have tradition slots and we have policy slots. I can actually run these cards. You should be able to click and drag. Okay, not on this screen yet. You're supposed to be able to click and drag it right now. But it seems that it's not working just yet. Hello? Confirm? Okay. Oh, he wants military aid. I actually don't need military aid. There's no barbs. Freaking awesome, dude. I'm going to go explore the south immediately so I can figure out where I want to send my settler, because we're almost at 5 pop. And then I probably want to grab mysticism. Again, discipline isn't going to be something we need to rush, because that is going to be, like, we don't have barbs. Antiquity, test of time. So you can see we now have the ability, though, to get a couple of additional traditions. So 33% influence towards initiating and befriending a city-state. That's actually incredibly good to get online quickly. So I might even opt to skip. Oh, wait, we want +2 influence on altars for our Pantheon, don't we? Yeah, we're gonna go mysticism first. And in terms of our government, we have a huge food bonus. I'm gonna go for oligarchy here and see what happens. Oh, get that goodie cut. Pretty sure every influence-based action has scaling cost to influence, including trade agreements, regardless of whether it's the same leader or a new leader. Yeah, so that's another big change that they've added, is it now gets more expensive to befriend multiple city-states, but also multiple trade routes. It's pretty good, actually. Ooh, 30 culture here, even if this guy takes damage, is probably good for us. Again, there's no barbs, so we're gonna just rush out for a Pantheon. We, of course, have a nice river tile here with a gold. We have access to the ocean as well. Heck yeah, dude. All right, so we're at 6 population because we get that building. I'm going to go ahead and immediately work on 2 settlers. Yeah, there's some good stuff down here. And there's another independent power. I could actually befriend this city-state if I wanted to. I just might want to kill it. I want to put a city right here, dude. Right here on this natural wonder. So even though I want to have all the independent powers alive, that one might have to die. Ooh, there's a new conquest decoration as well. If you need to know, oh, okay, that actually doesn't look very good. I was hoping it was going to be more in line with some of these other like resource icons. I guess that's useful in warfare. I hope they update that. All right, so sailing. Now there's a fantastic spot for a city-state because they're at the very end of this landmass. Technically, I can settle here and still grab all these river tiles. It's still next to Navigable River. Have all these wonder tiles. You can also settle over this way. Have all these mountains. But
This land
oh my god, there's another wonder. Oh my god, there's 2, and it's a Navigable River wonder. Wait, so there's a minor triumph that allows us to get +1 food on breathtaking tiles if we settle or improve 1 tile from all natural wonders in the homelands. Dude, let's go. All right, we're immediately settling these. All right, so we have sailing. Let's also go up to writing. I'll just get a quick library. And we get a cultural boost here as well, or production boost. I'll take the culture here because it'll get our Pantheon for us. We'll keep the +2 culture per turn. And the door opens. A new prophet rises from death-like slumber. Shedding his old life, he relates a vision of forked road, one path leading to joy and the other misery. He repeats the warning sent through him by the master of life. Some evils cannot be redeemed, but the future may yet be saved. Tecumseh listens closely to the prophet's word, then, extending a hand, he helps his brother to his feet. So evil shares 1 fate. Defeat 3 units and you gain a warrior. Or become student of independent power and get 25 influence. Or +1 production in all settlements? Dude, I like quests. And I'm gonna do this. But like 1 production in all settlements? That's just really good. Hello? 25 influence is not a lot. That's like 2.5 turns of influence. I guess I'm not doing the quest. That's unfortunate. Sure. All right. And then we're gonna have the Shawnee Origins here. City Patron Goddess is here. Why is that one so big? Monument. Is it because of the amount of text in it? Interesting. Yeah, we have the perfect Isabella spawn. You're absolutely freaking right, dude. What is okay? Also, my Pachacute game, I was between two mountain wonders. I don't know what this is. Why I'm getting so many mountain or so many wonder spawns, but I'm not complaining, man. Someone has to do it. And also getting that altar built out quickly will be good for us. So, oh man, all right. So I'm gonna immediately befriend Acamonia here, and you can see it's only gonna take 8 turns. We're playing on online speed, but still. That's very quick. All right, I do need to settle. Oh, okay. Oh, no, you can settle here. This is next to a river tile and next to the wonder. Yulan. All right, there might be some... Well, we gotta kill someone. 1, 2, 3. Yulan's a little bit too close for my comfort, actually. Let's get a food bonus here. And we'll take the +2 gold in all settlements. Let's gain a warrior or gold. Isn't a warrior like 60 gold? Yeah, I'm gonna take the warrior here. That's actually very valuable. Because apparently we gotta kill somebody. You vote Suze instead of raise for this city-state. We have excellent warrior. Wonder settles without raising. And we don't need to pivot to war. So the reason why I would consider killing a city-state is because I could always befriend other city-states. What I need to do is find, like, see if they're around. But if they take this tile, then they have to die. Oh. Oh, he's already trying to sanction me. Leader agenda -2 because I have buildings in my capital. All right, dude. That is ridiculous. That is a ridiculous thing to say. Wow. Oh, we got sailing. I can grab that goodie hut. Nice. Oh, there's turtles here too. All right. And so we got an interesting peninsula down here. This is on a shuffle map, so you have no idea what the maps are going to really look like by the end of the day. And then I want to continue getting my river tiles improved for the additional food here. Let's get a culture boost as well. Nice. I could also buy a harbor right out, or I could get this city, start buying stuff over here, and maybe I should so I can grab that goodie hut, or goodie hut, that really good tile here. Next to a navigable river. Let's grab a little bit of gold from this city-state. And yep, there's the denouncement. I stopped his sanction, but now he's denouncing me. So, is what it is. Huh. Well, I guess we just settle here. Food or production? It's early on in the game. I'll get some food. There's definitely have to be some warring happening, so I probably want to keep friends with as many cities as possible to get the combat bonus. Any map we're gonna play on Saturday? Well, I guess depends on how this game goes. Fractal Continents is the new map, so that's always interesting. Oh, right. I forgot. I just settled to make 2 hostile independent powers. Okay. I always forget about that little thing. Yeah. Cool. Well, we got a natural wonder improved. 2 production on adjacent districts. Nice. Wow. Okay. So this is. Well, I guess we're going to war. I guess we gotta fight the city-states. Oh, geez. Okay. Ooh, okay. So we're starting to see what some of these victory condition screens are looking like. You can see here we have a couple of Why does his GDP start up here and then go down? All right, we have a couple people that are making settlements. Interesting. This is one, we actually have a cultural... We actually have tourism here from selling a natural wonder. So that's cool.
There will be time.
Alrighty, I'm gonna, of course, run my tradition here. And then I'm actually running tool making to get some units out. We're at, what, 14 production? Wow, this is hilarious and so dumb that I did it like this, but I'm gonna need to unlock slingers as well. That's way too funny. All right, time to get discipline. Here we go. And this scout's gonna go down this way. I can't believe I did that. That's way too funny. So I don't have to raise them. Oh, oops. I technically could befriend them, but we definitely lost the advantage that we had. In terms of the friendship, it's going to take a very long time to get them on our, both of them on our side. So I kind of just have to run. Now, do I want to try to rework where this guy is settled? Because technically, I would need to be next to this river. This kills this river, though. If we kill this guy, I would like to settle. I still want to settle here. This is like gonna be a really good city. So I'd rather settle. Like, you have a really good market tile here. And of course you have a good culture tile here. You get a science tile here. I want to settle on like this tile. So this guy's gonna actually back up. He's gonna go this way. And settle this town for now. And we'll get it, once we get through these independent powers, we'll be... It'll be fine. It'll be fine. I'm gonna grab the happiness tiles for the breathtaking appeal. Did you make a clip? Nice. I may have forgotten how to play Civ. That that is a possibility. All right, cool. We have an independent power on our side. That's fantastic. We could grab... We don't have any unique infrastructure. That could be something we could grab. Gold on gold buildings. Gold for every active trade route for each economic city-state you're Susan of. We have 2 of them. Elon I might still want to befriend, to be honest. Yeah, I think we're just going to kill this one and we're going to befriend Elon. And use them as a buffer for Prussia. We're just going to have to add more influence to them, though. I just don't want to have to fight all these guys. And actually getting the... I'm just going to get the... Wait, gold on saw pits and harbors. Having something that scales for multiple city-states is probably a good idea. Emporiums I would take later, though. Let's just grab the gold for the saw pit and the harbors, and then we'll pick up probably gold on trade routes later. We got a diplomatic point here as well. That actually means we can get another 50% towards initiating befriending independent powers, which is great for us. This is very bad for us. I'm going to buy a warrior here. Jeez. Oh my goodness. This is ridiculous. We have hit 16 production, though, so we can actually just build out a warrior every turn. We lost a unit. That was our starting warrior. It's unfortunate. And Prussia's going to forward settle us. That's okay. It's not really forward settling, is it? If he's, you know... let me see how this is actually... Oh, drag and drop! Drag and drop is working, guys. Oh, that's fantastic. So you can see our active trade routes here. We can see our empire resources. There's a lot happening in terms of the UI that they're still working on. But there's some good stuff coming down the pipeline, it seems. So yeah, at the 15 production breakpoint, you can build a warrior every turn. So this is when we're going to start spamming units. He's got a commander, of course. All right, let's finish writing as well. I do have access to slingers now. So I'll get a couple of those as well. Again, they're still cheap. Oh yeah, he settled here. We expect that, right? He has nowhere else to go. Oh man. All right, so let's also go ahead and grab a couple of these resources here. Oh, okay. And then I think we go to the writing mastery to get the free codex, because that'll go in here in our... Wow, that's... Did that UI get messed up? Yep. Playtest. All right, so we want to settle next to the Navajo River. We also want to settle where we can get this wine. And the tin, the crabs as well. So let's settle one tile over onto that river tile. Man, I can't believe how unfriendly Yelin is right now. That's crazy, dude. Stop that. Frederick trying to befriend them as well. I'm going to add my support to get this to end faster, because I do not want to have to deal with this. We just look at another food bonus. Plus, run all the policy cards we have. Fantastic. And get another settlement here. River tiles are fantastic. Oh yeah, this is looking like a very small amount of room for this map type. All right, commander's next turn. That's the only reason why I'm not like immediately attacking everyone. Is I did want some experience in my commander. Hello? Oh, I stacked my units. I don't know how I did that. There's a little reef there. That's fantastic. All right, cool. So let's go ahead. Build a harbor here. We'll get food on that as well. We'll also get a fishing key too. Ooh, a migrant. For the cost of 37 gold, 1 turn to gold, or production. I'm going to actually grab the production here. That actually is... 5 production is worth technically like 20 gold. But it was going to cost 37 gold, so we'll just take the production. Loads of canal islands. Yeah, the fractal is supposed to be very sea-based. A lot of sea fun. Maybe we should have picked Carthage or something. I'm going to repair that woodcutter as well. All right, we finally got our commander. All right, Yelin is back to being friendly again, and they'll be actually our Susan in 4 turns, so now I can focus down here. All right, got a bunch of resources improved. Fantastic. Sea fun, you say? Oh, gosh. Oh, no. No. All right, antiquity test of time. So you can see here, this is actually probably the most important part about this update. I have for a very long time said, since basically the very beginning, that I didn't know how I felt when it came to playing continuous civs. Not that, like, playing a continuous civ, like Shawnee through all 3 ages is fantastic. Playing as the Incas through all 3 ages is fantastic. Just the unified strategy throughout, the unified spawn bias, just the ability to like really sit and like double down on your civ's identity. Having that beautiful pairing like Pachacuti and Incas for the entire game is so much fun. The problem, of course, as we all know, is that when you're playing outside of your Apex, you don't normally have access to unique units and infrastructure. The solution that Firaxis came up with is Syncretism. So you can actually sync some culture into this node and pick up a syncretic option, whether that's a military unit to defend yourself if there's early aggression, or unique infrastructure to try to make up for the fact that you kind of aren't playing with a full kit. I always thought that felt weird because you'd already decided to not switch civs, and you decided, no, I want to play as the Shawnee from the very beginning. I want to feel very Shawnee. So why do I have to pick up the Mississippian unique infrastructure or archers or something like that? Why can't I just not just double down, but even triple down on my civ's identity? And why can't we, for instance, pick up more of our traditions or tradition slots instead of these other unique units or infrastructure? And lo and behold, that's exactly what they gave us, which I'm incredibly happy about. So you'll see here, I can pick up burning arrows if Prussia attacks us. I could pick up the Mississippian unique infrastructure if I wanted it, or I can pick up our Shawnee affirmation. Now, this is an additional tradition that is unique to this age, but the idea is that you'll notice we only have 2 traditions right now. Oh, hang on a second. Oh yeah, that's it. So normally we only get access to 1 tradition if we're outside of our apex age. That would have been the tradition that gave us influence towards befriending independent powers. But there's a second tradition here if we decide to double down and syncretize into our own civ, where we can get a another tradition. This is actually Strategic Gifts 1, which is quite literally the tradition card that we get in Exploration Age. But now we can get it even earlier, which is, I think, fantastic. You also get a tradition slot that helps you actually make sure that you can actually run the card. So I think that's actually incredibly fun in being able to triple down in your civ identity. So that was like literally going into this round. I was like, if they do this one thing and they have like a third option between switching civs or hybrid civ light, civ switching light like syncretism, but also give us an option to just triple down, be full Shawnee like all the way through. And that's exactly what they gave us, which I think is incredible. So I'm gonna go straight for syncretism here. I also don't know what to do with these scouts. There's nowhere to go. Oh, the step pyramids. Oh, you're right, though. Oh, my goodness. Step pyramids on Shawnee would be freaking really good. We could befriend them. I could just get some experience for fighting them. I also do want to get another settler out. Man, you're not wrong. Step pyramids are so good. Two science and 1 happiness for every adjacent river tile. And don't they have a need though? What's the need? Must be placed on an appealing tile. Dude, look at the appeal here, man. We got some appeal, man. Okay. How would that look like? That would mean settling here. How would you do district, though? You have a culture tile. Oh, this... Oh, man. But this needs to be like a really strong city. I guess technically this could be a city. Man, I need my detail map tax. So bad. Oh my goodness. Maybe I can find another scientific city-state. Oh god, I don't think we can. I think it's literally just the 2 of us this entire game. 1, 2, 3. That means there's only 3 city-states. Maybe I do need to have them. Man, I do not know. I don't know what to do. Now let's grab crabs here. That's gonna let us drag and drop, get food in the capital. That's fantastic. So our towns grow because of our city-state relationships, and we get production in our cities. That's actually really nice. He's denouncing us. Oh man, I really wanted to reject that. But I also need my influence for city-states. Oh look, there's another gold city-state up here. Oh, I had no idea there was someone up here. That's 4 city-states. All right, actually, wait, no, realistically, this should be a city. Right, we have a natural wonder, we have a science tile, we have gold tile, so this is definitely a city. This is obviously our capital. Monument, there's really good gold tile here. Do you have a good science tile? Not really. How many cities do you think we want with this civ? As long as the city's on Navigable River, we'll be fine. We can probably have as many cities as we want. What victory? I don't know what victory condition we're going for. We're probably going to just keep an eye on whatever is easy to attain. We also might kill Frederick. If I settle here, I can't get that tile. All right. Yep. All right. Well, I'm going to befriend these guys anyways, because they'll be the quicker. Fishing Key, Harbor, and Lighthouses can function as leapfrogs for buildings. So the Wonder City south of here. But then you split up those buildings and then quarter them off exploration. So yeah, settling here, you could get to this tile, or honestly, you can get to this tile just fine, +4. You can get your monument here. Or here. Science tile 1, 2, 3 is over here. Honestly, it's not bad. It's not bad. You might also be able to claim some tiles back from the city-state on the era transition. Okay, I think you've convinced me. Let's see what we can do to keep them alive. But for now, let's go for monuments. I'm gonna need those. I don't know what these guys can even do. Where we're gonna send our scouts at. They're all gonna out-explore at this point. Ooh, that's is it repair? All right, Yelend is coming on my side. Yeah, there's a lot going on over here. Holy cow. All right, we got our first promotion. And I think, oh, there's definitely gonna be a war with Prussia for sure. I think what we're gonna do is we might actually go for, I could go assault. I could push into him, knowing he's probably gonna push me. We go Bastion and just get really good defense, which actually works well for pushing back into him as well. We're actually gonna go Bastion here. I really like the defensive bonus for this. Oh, I probably should not have lost my front line, but that's okay. Dude, there's a lot of guys up here. Holy cow. Oh! Well, we hit a triumph. We're at war with everyone in the homelands. Because he just declared war on us. All right. All right. +1 war support on all wars. Okay. Yeah, this is it's happening a lot faster than I thought it would. All right. Oh, damn, he's here. Yep. All right. Cool. Not cool. Let's pack up our army. This is amazing. An invitation to war. City-states with great powers face off the battlefield. 15% influence to bolster military or promote growth. Hell yeah, dude. Let's promote military. That sounds fun. Yelan. Promote your military. All right, so we're gonna get the +1 golden active trade routes for every city-state you're Susan of. We're gonna get lots of city-states trade routes at some point. And I'll definitely take the influence boost here so I can befriend these guys soon. Alright, I'm gonna start buying units as well. And we're going all out. It's wartime. I could go influence. I want the codex, though. Oh, I had a codex. Alrighty, well. Look, we actually have a pretty high military score, considering we have points for city-states. Nice. They just got a city-state unit. Yeah, we can swap unimproved tiles between 2 settlements now. You can swap unimproved tiles. It is a very big, a very good change. Certainly appreciate that one. All right, I'm gonna send our settler out by the river. Down by the river. I need so much influence for this city-state. It's 73. It's almost as expensive as they started. I should put that into account when I started this, but it's okay. We're gonna have units down here attacking us for a while. It just is what it is. I need to adjust the threat up north. Oh, and he's got galleys? I have a bunch of gold, though. I would buy a library, but that's gonna be problematic. I could buy altars for influence. Oh, I could actually just buy a city. Hang on. This needs to be a city. Straight out. It immediately needs to be a city. So that's actually a +5 gold tile. That's awesome. And we'll get food over there. Yeah, we had a little bit of a live stream on Twitch yesterday. We went through all of the patch notes, and I'm very, very happy with how a lot of the patch notes are looking. Oh, jeez. All right, we need to kill that slinger. Oh, this guy might die. Oh, I had a promotion. Shoot. That was the bulwark promotion. This will let us fortify in 1 turn. I don't like the fact that we're being attacked from behind while I'm trying to deal with this. This is unfortunate. Very unfortunate. 73 influence needed. Oh, that's so much influence right now. All right, let's go up to bronze working. We need units. Do a production towards buildings this time? And honestly, I might just buy a galley. Help defend all of this. I actually apparently need to hold a back line here. Yep, that slinger's definitely dead. Yikes. Alright, I'm gonna buy a slinger over here. Oh, where'd this guy come from? I do need these guys. These guys can fortify in 1 turn now that we have bulwark here. Oh, that guy didn't die. But I'll move my commander so that these guys can fortify as well. Man, this is not how I thought this was going to go today. This is not how... Ooh, happiness tile. Buy walls. It's, yeah. I'm not too worried about them taking the city. It's probably the one pro here. Oh, dude, the pyramids would be nice. Oh, what settlement would be a good pyramid settlement? Oh, probably this one. If I had settled down here, that totally would have been it, but... Alright, he's settling his settlements. That's fine. I need to get these city-states suzerained ASAP. Specifically you. Oh, I had the influence that turn. You know how I said we were going to be completely fine and safe all game? Alright, 5 turns, these guys will stop attacking us, so that's good news. Put this slinger into a commander. Take this slinger out, take that slinger out. This guy took my fortification. So we get +2 combat strength for our city-state bonus. That's decent for us right now. This guy's so dead. This settlement needs a fishing key for sure. I need to build it across the bridge. Across the river so I can district over this way. Hope Tecumseh can hold out. I can definitely hold out. It's just, oh boy. This is just not how I thought this was gonna go. Little volcano pop there. Put this back in that city. I mean, we put the crabs here as well to get this city to grow. Man. Alright, I need to kill that unit. Pop that slinger. So yeah, you can see we can now swap tiles. So this tile is controlled by my capital. Let's see if I can find out. This tile is owned by my capital because I improved this gold, so you know I have that tile here. But while this settlement is growing, I can now take that tile back as long as it's unimproved. Once you improve it, you can't swap tiles anymore because tiles are defined by population. But I can make sure this tile is in the capital or in this new city. I actually want to keep it in the capital. But for instance, if I want to work to this tile, I could then get this 3rd ring back to the capital later. So I can get to... The functionality is there, and that's a good thing. All right, cool. We got another city-state on our side. And I think at this point, we're just going to go ahead and grab the gemstones. That'll be a nice immediate boost for us. 4 production and 5% gold in the capital. Nice. And then I'll finish out my quarters around this capital as well. All right, so this settlement is now actually starting to build itself up. It's got 22 production already. Fantastic. I'll get the fishing key in here. But I specifically want to get up to the library this direction, to the north. And to do that, I might also just build a monument right here next to the wonder.
The essence.
All right. While we're here, I need this monument here. The +2 culture will be good. The library. Where did I plan the library? I forgot already. Up here? Or next to the capital is also a place, but that's a river tile I want to hold on to. But you have to crush that tile anyways. The garden has to go here. Oh, there's a +3 science tile here. Okay. Cool. Oh, let me at him, dude. Let me at him. I want to fight. So 3 turns to the city-state will stop fighting me. I will step. Just get a shot at them to get a kill. And there we go. We can settle this natural wonder now. Ooh, we've unlocked the Inca. And I can immediately grab this natural wonder. There we are. Now we have +1 food on all breathtaking tiles. Oh my goodness, dude. 5 food on these wonder tiles. But also, like, look at these. These happy tiles, the ones that I've been trying to prioritize improving just because of the happiness, they now have additional food on them. Like, the food on breathtaking tiles, Triumph is like, is this a preserve? Is this my preserve, man? Very cool. Very neat. Yeah, I don't know what the goal of this age is, though, still. I think it's survive. He has a bunch of war support on us now, too. That's actually really rough. 12 happiness. 8. Yeah, 0 down here. Okay. Yo, yeah, Prussia's led by Frederick and the second, and the Shawnees led by Tecumseh. It feels good, man. Feels good to have these types of games back. So, all right. Also, they don't get free cities and all their, or free walls in all their settlements anymore on Deity. I think he just built those. Or no. They get free walls in their towns, and they get 1 free wall in their cities, but it's not like 4. I need to keep my units alive, and then get the bronze working, and then push towards him. He's been actually very preoccupied by all these city-state units, which has been very convenient for me. Ooh, there we are. All right, cool. So we picked up our syncretic option. We can now, if we wanted, we could take the burning arrows because we're at war. This will actually give us 5 burning arrows right now because we have a bunch of slingers. However, I really want to play with the Shawnee affirmation and get access to the +1 influence in cities adjacent Nile rivers, 2 gold per turn for every city that we're citizen of, and a tradition slot. And this is something I really wanted to point out. You don't have to make sure that every civ, whether you're an Apex or non-Apex, you don't need to make sure that they all have access to unique units. You don't have to have access to unique infrastructure. There's a type of asymmetric game balance that you can achieve by giving more access to something different than what everyone else has. So even though we don't have a unique unit, you can give us more tradition slots and more tradition cards, and that will make our non-Apex feel just as strong and worth playing compared to a civ that isn't its Apex. So I think it's really, really cool, dude. That's so cool. Also, we got a bunch of crabs. Hell yeah, dude. I have my 4 settlements. I have 5 settlement limit. Of course, I'm gonna want to settle down here eventually, but I think right now my interests are going to go up north. I also do want to bolster military, though I do need to actually worry about this war support first. That's something I don't want to have to deal with for sure. Let's grab the cotton. That's very nice. I can also plug that. Ooh, where do I want to put that? We'll put the rubies down. We'll put the cotton up here in the capital. Though the rubies does want to be paired with jade and the lapis lazuli. So let's see. This is... If I take... We know this is 2 food and 2 production. Rubies is 4 gold, but it's 4 times 15%. So technically, it's still 4 gold. It's still 4 gold. But then you get 2 gold by having it down here. I don't know, man. I don't know. I think there's a couple places you could put this cotton. Technically, the rubies does want to be paired with the other stuff eventually, but for now, let's try to code our laws here to get our merchants with these with these city-states we're making. We taking over the entire island? It was not my choice, but he is forcing my hand, sir. You're going to make a. I don't even know what to say here. All right. Also, who wants pyramids? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I need to take that. Oh, he's stealing my tiles, dude. I need to take Postem before he improves his tile so that I can swap it back over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's like 10 pyramid tiles in the capital. I think it's actually worth getting the pyramids. And this settlement has what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think they're both equally viable pyramid games. So let's go ahead. Let's figure out where the pyramids is going to go. I have a science tile here. Has to be adjacent to a river, right? Navigable River. Yeah, Fractal's gonna be wild. Yeah, exactly. So, Fractal continents is exactly what it sounds like. If you remember Fractal, it was so chaotic, very hard to predict. But there was gonna be a lot of water. That was the one thing that you knew was consistent. Now that there's going to be distant lands and deep ocean cutoffs, it's gonna be pretty extreme. Also, becoming a Susan of 4 city-states is a major triumph. So that's actually something that we're going to be doing this game. I want to try to found my 8 settlements. I want to become Susan of 4 city-states, and yeah, I don't know. We're playing a very generalist game right now, which should be fun. Oh, you put the pyramids over here. Oh, crazy. All right. All right, that city-state is not going to be friendly with us. This is on a small map size, so there's 6 players. I usually play on standard, but I wanted to make sure that I didn't burn my PC that's really struggling down to the ground, so. All right, I definitely want the altar. I also wanted this library up here. There's also a library tile here, though. But I want to district around this natural wonder, but there's also rivers that I like. So. Let's get my granary built. So he's bringing slingers back up here. Get my warriors back up front. Oh, we got a level 3 commander now. New computer setup? Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. All right, I'm saving gold for my unit upgrades. Oh, okay, the new computer. How is the building a computer process right now? Because isn't a lot of things like incredibly expensive? Like pretty much everything, incredibly expensive. All right, we got salt. I'll actually put the rubies back down to put salt in. I want to keep improving the natural wonder tiles. Ooh, actually I want to steal tiles from this city-state. These guys are going to fortify. Let's get some healing. Let's get that altar built as well. Oh, I believe to pillage trade routes. That'll be fun. Also, I should actually look at putting money into some of these settlements as well. But let me think about this. Don't need 3 cities right away. Oh, dude, the breathtaking tiles. Oh, it feels so good. 2 happiness and a food. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah, dude. Cool, I have a galley up in his land, too. Save it for a while? Yeah. Sounds about right. All right, let's get a triple shot onto that slinger. Oh, it wasn't enough. He doesn't have a spearman yet, so that's a good sign. He's still fighting with slingers. How's this guy almost dead? Oh, we got a full 4 promotions. So let's get combat strength for using fortifications. And Lanius with his commander radius heal 5 hit points after attacking. So you'll be able to actually slowly push into their land, take less damage, and then also continue to heal as you're attacking, which is very good. I can then also go ahead and take order for 5 combat strength for Lanius within the command radius. That's a offense and defense, by the way. So that should totally help us. We'll take the 12 science here and the library. Oh, I can't shoot that. Oh, he survived. Oh my goodness, the fortification. He would have died if there wasn't for the amount of defensive bonuses he had there. And we got pyramids. Hell yeah, dude. Gold and production on improvements and districts on minor and navigable rivers. Hell yeah, dude. That's going to help out quite a bit. So we got bronze working. This gives us access to our spearmen and specifically archers. Now, we are going to try to fight a war without any unique units and see how that goes. We do have the combat bonus, which is being stifled because he has a lot of influence. And I don't know where he's getting all this influence from. But let's first go ahead. I'm going to start upgrading. I have a bunch of shots here, so let me actually take care of killing this guy. And then I can start upgrading archers. Fantastic. So I guess mathematics would be a good place to go. Currency for our markets would be a good idea. Yeah, let's go currency. Definitely still want this library. Oh, let's get the garden built. I'll be districting on these rivers. But remember, we do get food on our districts as well. So it's not all bad. And then I have a boat up here just basically being a nuisance. Yeah, and he's being distracted by city-state still. Oh my god, he still died. Dumb. Oh, that was dumb. Oh no, my scout! Alright, oratory will give me influence as well. So let's run oratory. Oh, actually everything. Wow, apparently I have plenty. stats going on right now. All right, so let's fully upgrade our units here. We actually have a 5th promotion. Let's go assault next. That way I'll be able to drop the archer. No, he needs to heal. I don't want to lose him. All right, let's improve our natural wonder. All right, cool. Step pyramids are available. Fantastic. Let's get those. And there we are. Become a citizen of 4 city-states. Dedication unlocked. 1 influence and 2 happiness on your palace for every city-state you're a citizen of. Hell, dude, what? That's like 4 influence on the palace. That's really good. Next, we're going to go up to citizenship, the Emily Bell. And the Wei Young Palace will be good for us. I could start focusing my towns as well. Though, honestly, they might... Oh, there's a 38 food over here. Crazy. I kind of want them just to keep growing, though. Frederick gets 12 influence per turn. Yeah, I guess we have 23. That's still rough, though. I'm gonna start getting rid of his resources. All right, cool. We got merchants. Acmonia is a pretty good one. But this has camels. Oh, Yulin has turtles. Turtles are great, dude. Oh, I need resource slots. We're gonna get backline healing. We could have actually one turn of barracks right now. Oh my goodness. Also, barracks no longer provide a production scaling to your... They no longer contribute to production scaling, which is incredible. So before, you always had the option of like, hey, do I build a barracks? Do I build like a shipyard? Is the production I get gonna offset the amount of increase cost for the next building via production scaling? Now you just get production. And it's just like how gold buildings don't have gold maintenance and happiness buildings don't have happiness maintenance. Now production buildings don't have production bonus or production malices, which is pretty cool. I'm gonna go ahead and throw that right here. That's gonna be great. And then also the library right after that. And then we might spam out some units. And speaking of, I probably should be going for Ballista so that I can take these walls down. He has his merchant running around, but he hasn't actually made a trade route, which is silly. I actually want to take his trade routes. Like, I really want to kill his trade routes. And we're gonna make this settlement get up nice and tall too. Urban centers do boost science and culture, yes. So I could be looking at making some urban centers down here. All right, I lost most of my... Oh man, I lost most of my melee units, which is not good. A little bit of micro units here. So after the library, I'm going to just start spamming spearmen. Actually, let's get a couple of spearmen out first. Let's get a wine. Nice. All right, let's get that merchant. Let's get the camos online just in time. Get the salt, get the rubies. There we are. And the rubies, now that we have, that is what, 4 each, so it's 8 gold. But then there's a 15% modifier between the jade and the lapis lazuli. So that's actually an additional 2 gold. So that's 8 gold there. That's nice. He can't make shoutouts to anyone. Oh, he was going to Samarkand and then I seized them. That's really funny. My boat's here, so I'm going to try to get some shots on some units while they can. Oh, yikes, dude. He's doing a lot of damage to me. All right, another celebration. Let's also, let's just keep on getting boosts to our food. Oh, dude, we're out of policies. Does that mean my happiness is too high and my culture is too low? Probably. This one I can also get some archer or some spearmen out. But yeah, our goal is going to be just wipe him out. I don't even want to see him anymore. Dude, lots of slingers though. That's scary. Grab some tin as well. Dude, I need some towns. I guess his towns will do. I would ask the city-states to bolster their military, but I really need... He has 7 tokens of combat strength on me. Alright, there's another promotion. That's fantastic. So I'm going to start going down... I could go down the tree to get infantry and cavalry, or I could go down range and siege. I'm thinking I'm going to go range and siege, because I think my infantry are going to hold just fine. We'll pack up our units into our commander, get our commander to step forward. And get a different archer out here to shoot this slinger. Oh, that was not what I wanted to do. I did not want to put the archer up front, but... Alright, we gotta go. Alright, we gotta go. Gotta go. Yelin is falling. Ah, I see, yeah. Alright, we're gonna try to do something about that. Get a fishing key there. Brickyard here. That's all my gold for now. They only have a slinger over there, so maybe we'll be fine. All right, build some fortifications. Oh! Oh, it's crisis time. Oh, no. All right, so it's it's time for the crisis already. So we can take, we'll take negative happiness to settlements we didn't found. Or settlements with unfilled resource capacities. I'll keep my influence for now, because I need that really badly. But dang, dude. Okay. So we don't want to go over our settlement limit, really. We got, what's our happiness looking like here? We get 15, 10, 10, 7, that's fine. So I also need to start looking at our victory conditions. Where are we strong? We're strongest in military, very low in science. Actually, we have very terrible science, probably. If we look, scientific path. I mean, we haven't done anything in here. Economically, what is that bar? How do your GDP start at 100? 195? And then the culture lens, this is actually something I was interested in looking at. So we have tourism, and it shows you basically on a timeline where you're getting your tourism and when you got it. So we have little icons for celebrations. We have our selling of natural wonders. We have our building our world wonder. Interesting. Okay, so this is something I had a lot of opinions about with the cultural victory screen and what it should look like. Obviously, you need to see your tourism and how it stacks up against other players. So this is pretty functional. See, you can see your tourism is at 34, his is at 36. I need to have a lot more tourism than everyone else. Great works equals 0. I wonder if that's a holdover or if Great Works do Codex. No, Codex don't add tourism. We have Codex. That's very weird. What I want to do is I want to be able in a cultural victory see like basically a tourism lens, or I want to see all of my great works in one place. Oh, speaking of, between all 3 ages. Huh. Interesting. All right, cool. I'm gonna get one more galley here, and try to bring galleys up from both ends, maybe. Couple spearmen. All right, cool. Next turn we get siege units. Okay, he wants peace. Actually, he would even give me a settlement too. I'm gonna say no though. I'm just gonna go after him. I do not care that he says he wants peace. Peace now. This is a war that he has brought upon himself. All right, let's build those ballista. And even buy one first. Awesome. I wonder how his happiness is doing too. He's at 35 happiness. Yeah, none of his settlements are unhappy, so they're not rebelling quite yet. All right, there's the wheel. I can go up to military training. I can go engineering. Oh, currency we still need. I'll use my scouts to have vision on what's going on up this way. Looks like not much, actually. Okay, 3 siege units unlocks Mongolia. You can get Mongolia from siege units, and you can get Mongolia from horses. Interesting. We're stepping our spearmen up. Sweet, we can reinforce our siege units so they don't have to walk all the way over. They'll be there in 2 turns. Awesome, dude. This guy is actually too close to the commander, and so instead of walking all the way up, 1, 2, 3, 4, I could actually just walk him over here and then teleport him. Well, that's still like 4 turns. All right, we'll just walk forward. It's fine. All right, I'm gonna grab one more settler to go to settle down towards the south here. Wow, actually, both these settlements are full. I can also get my merchants up. His leader agenda is too funny. Why does it hate people having buildings? That's what I said. It's like, you hate people for building buildings? Like, at all? Oh my goodness. All right, technology-wise, let's go ahead. Let's grab engineering. I want to get amphitheaters up. And let's go for Wangyang Palace. Oh, we should probably go entertainment just because just because of the crisis we're dealing with here. And there we are. We got a couple of wonders I could build. This settlement in the south could be down here to grab hides, turtles, and crab. And more turtles. Or it can be on this island down here. Iron, salt. The iron would be useful. I really like the turtles, though. He made a desperate island settle. He did. He ran away. Oh, speaking of, I could attack that with boats. Oh, Frederic, playing Prussia with no unique units, syncretized the Legion. Now this fight is looking a little different than 2 seconds ago. All right, neat, dude. All right, let me go ahead. I need to get. This warrior's gonna actually walk over towards the gold there to pillage. And I'm gonna step my archers, so we're gonna have a line. You guys can fortify immediately, which is great. Get a couple archers, hit that legion. Yeah, we got plenty of units to move at them, too. All right, so we got a couple of wonders. The Colossus, the Emily Bell. Emily Bell is probably the more immediate one that I need. The capital will build it while this settlement builds the Colossus for fun. It's probably at the point where I can get my third city now. I could also just get the urban centers going and buy monuments. I need to get my science and culture up for sure. Let's make these both these towns urban centers because they're probably going to be cities anyways. Oh, the building tab was just closed. I'm an idiot. Oh my goodness. Oh, there goes a wonder I just started. Colossus, 0 production. That's fair. That's fine. That's fine. I didn't need that. Alright, we'll kill his scout. Oh, I have a slinger to worry about here. I could make these guys make fortifications so they take less damage in return first. Also, the siege units will then be able to use these fortifications too. Alright, we got a bunch of really good step pyramids in this settlement, so I want to start placing those down. Stealing gold. Nice. Volcanoes are going off. Jeez, dude. Okay. 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 Alright, so gardens and markets. This settlement definitely needs a garden. And a market for sure. I should really get my altars for the influence boost. But first, let's grab these monuments. This is what I'm really liking about the Triumph system, that there's going to be games where you're like, I want to play a science game. I'm going to pick the 3 science ones and just go for it. And then you have other ones where you're like, I have no idea what's going on. I'm just going to play and whatever happens, happens. All right, my siege units are here. So I need to make sure to get those in. Sweet. The ballista here. Actually have this archer step out. Maybe he can pillage there the next turn. But in the meantime, we're going to have our siege units attack. Gotta love a good antiquity war. Hell yeah, dude. We got turtles going on. Let me pull out the jade and the salt so I can get some better yields going on in here. 150 gold, 150 happiness. We'll get it the gold. We have plenty of happiness. Economic point will go city gold on the city hall. Well, I don't want this guy to die. He's gonna die. Let me at least get the cycle going. So even though we have +4 combat strength from our city-state suzerains, he still has a +8 from just being deity. Just plain cheating, you know? This spearman needs to go inside. We're gonna actually put the ballista right up front here because there's gonna be a freaking gnarly quadruple shot. Oh, what do you mean you can't shoot from there? Didn't you just shoot from there a second ago? Jeez, okay. Well, that's annoying. I can actually take that tile now. Hell yeah, dude. I'm going to put that conquest dedication back, or decoration back on too. Yeah, you can see I need these 2 tiles. It's pretty obvious when there's walls in a settlement. But when there's things like wonders and stuff, it's less obvious. Oh, another promotion. Hell yeah, dude. And we get additional combat strength on siege, +3 on siege units. Oh, he killed my unit. I guess he's getting negative... He's getting 1 combat strength from his ability, where he has one hostile relationship. It really shouldn't be that much, though. I'll get a ballista here. I could actually focus fire, or I can move my commander up. And I think I'm going to do that to give the order bonus to my frontline guys. As well as being able to build fortifications right away. Nice. All right, we'll take the negative influence or we can take -6 influence or happiness in towns and just make everything into cities. That's gonna make it really hard to hold towns that I take. So we'll take the negative influence penalty, that's fine. I really don't want to do that, but it's fine. You know what I forgot to do? Was to turn the in-game music back on, because that's something they worked on. Man, deity is always so tough, though. Like, I should be pushing this. Should definitely be pushing this. But he has, yeah, +1 for relationship, player relationship, 8 from deity, +3 combat from traditions on his legions, though. That's a big deal. Nice, dude. Oh, the Oracle's available. I'd love to build the Oracle. And there's another resource capacity. Resource slots, I got the crab slotted. Hey, Flapjack, how's it going? All right, cool. Push, push, push. He still has influence on me again. Cancel that out. Dude, fighting into legions is rough. Not gonna lie. Why is this guy not healing? Ooh, swapping tile. That's cool. I could go for specialist as well. That's a really good specialist tile here. Let me grab the reefs though first. I have like so little science. It's quite crazy how low science how low my science is. Oh, these guys. Oh man, the foliage makes this really hard. Figure out what I can shoot. Jeez. These major defeats are rough, dude. I'll put my scouts in as fodder. Augustus Ming, an ancient Himiko, just declared with 2 hostile IPs around your 3rd settlement. Uh-oh. You're in danger. Alright, that town has 10 production. This one has 25. I'm going to make this a city. 3 cities feels good. I don't have any restrictions when it comes to cities anyways. I really need science badly. Also altars. All right, 2 production in a city. Hey, you can't swap, but you can drag and drop, which is fun. Cool. I have no idea how we're expected to play to win this game, but it is what it is. We're going where we're going. Oops. I don't know what I just bought. Oh, I bought a scout. Oops. Okay, hides will be good. That's 3 production. And more trade routes. Okay. Sure, I'll do that next turn. $34 production on turn 40. Standard 4 cotton. Hell yeah, dude. Well, there's the Emily Bell. That's fantastic. I could probably start focusing against some specialists down. Oh, there's river tiles to improve. Oh my, holy legions, dude. Where did all these legions come from? I might need to actually... oh, and they're stacking units, which is illegal. Classic. I would say pack up the siege units and put archers down, because they'll have better combat strength. Yeah, they only have 10 range strength, but don't these hit multiple units? Nope, not when there's no walls. Okay. Yeah, 20 range strength instead. Thematic point here as well. 2 science and culture for every suzerain. That feels pretty dang good, actually. I need my market in this capital. I definitely need to get a villa for the influence. Holy war, dude. I want this war to be over. I could probably just take... Oh, he won't give me that settlement, though. He'll give me one of the other ones. Which is not what I want. He's actually becoming unhappy, too. And honestly, I could probably start just getting galleys up this way. Can I hinder his military production? That's not a bad idea. 20% less military production? Man, he's actually gonna hold this city. Oh, dude. The legions, dude. But that's the thing. Like, the legions are giving him 3 combat strength. It's the deity bonus is giving him 8. That's the big deal. 10 turns! Oh, yikes. Alright, it's time to figure out what we're doing. Wow. I'm feeling a little bit of decision paralysis here. Ooh, start 10 diplomatic actions with leaders. Improves the relationship. That's really funny. He hates me. All right. There's founding the settlements. There's getting trade routes. There's getting resources. Getting the altars to get an early religion. What is Tecumseh's like power? I mean, science we're really far behind on. I don't want to do a military game. Culture. Ooh, tourism. Actually, unironically, the resort town, the appeal. Oh, dude. Actually, resort town, culture victory. The amount of appeal that you can make, the amount of tourism you get from breathtaking tiles, it's a lot. It's so much. It's equal to 5 tourism per breathtaking tile, which means like 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, like improved breathtaking tiles with expedition bases on them. Actually, any improvement on them. And it includes district tiles as well. I had a crazy game with Pachacuti because he has so much appeal because of all his mountains. It's a ton of fun, dude. It's so much fun. Oh, there's actually traditions I need to unlock here. Hey, have a good night, Graham. Yeah, I can definitely make peace with him if I want to. I just really felt like I could take it. Oh, there's no unit there. I could actually take it right now if I kill it. Little Lake Commander, hell yeah, dude. Giving me assault and +1 command radius. Nice, we took it. And you know what I could do is I could probably piece him out for Magdeburg too. I can. I don't think I'm actually holding this city. I think we did what we wanted to do. Propose peace, give me Magdeburg. And there's a two settlement swing there all of a sudden. Hell yeah, dude. And none of my cities are unhappy yet. Nice. Oh, well, the occupied one is, of course, but that doesn't count. Of course it is. All right, cool. We actually hurt him quite a bit there. Quite a lot, actually. You pushed just enough to get through that. To be basically at the point where exploration age, like, we're not really bothered by him at all. All right, what's that? There's a riot here. Yeah, I'm aware. There's not much I can do about it. I have a commander here. What I could do... I don't think this is a science game for us. It feels economic cultural to me. And actually, it's a very strong military score, too. So look at the trade routes we could do. We could get some trade routes. We could get gold buildings. We could get resources slotted. I could also just buy my altars and build wonders. Kota Hammurabi is no longer available. Oh, that was a race? Huh. Okay. Alright, well, I'm gonna get my altars out. I also need to buy as many step pyramids as possible. What I wanted to get was get the 4 corners, founding 8 settlements. That means having 3 more settlers pumped out. Means 1 here on that island, 1 in this little nook, and then 1 right there. Jeez. Okay. Okay, do we do that? Syncretizing the legions was a clutch strategy by Fred. I think it worked out very well for him. That's where, like, that's really shows you the power of syncretism. Especially, like, if you know someone doesn't have a unique unit for, like, an entire age, and an age that you have a unique unit for the entire age. Like, in the Civ 6, when you had power spikes for units, they only lasted for an era. So, like, you felt like you had to hit, and you had to hit hard, but you always aimed for someone that didn't have a unit in the same age. Or the same era. Now you have, like, a unique unit for a third of the game, and someone doesn't have a unique unit for a whole third of the game. So it's like, whenever you want to go to war, especially with the AI, you probably almost always pick out whoever is a non-Apex Civ and attack them. Syncretism specifically is going to help out that type of player that gets attacked, you know, just because they don't have a unique unit. Right. Oh, that's confusing. Traditions are on top now and policies on the... Okay. I didn't know that. I guess it highlights. So we'll run all 4 of our traditions. We're going to run castes, priesthood, rituals and rites, oratory, drama and poetry. So we get influence in cities adjacent to Niagara rivers. And 2 gold per city-state is enough. Nice. That means this could probably be a city. Though I really do need to decide... Ooh, diplomatic or economic? Let's go diplomatic here. On a very strong diplomatic game. Military sabotage espionage action might actually be pretty useful. Because this gives you combat strength on other... Ooh, a tradition slot. Oh, happiness is good here for the... I think we'll be fine. Let's do the supporting rejecting back in actions, because I think he's going to sanction me a lot for no good reason. And I'm going to actually do some espionage. I won't be able to do 5. The Colosseum's available. Let me actually get those 2 settlers out of the capital. Or 1 out of both of these. And I think I'm going to buy a settler down here to grab this island. Oh, it needs to be a 5 pop to get a settler. Let's buy the altar then. Right, there's that dedication. Hey, we can swap this tile over to the capital. Actually, that's like a +3 adjacency tile. I definitely want to have that in the capital. Or no. Oh, wait. That is the capital that already has it. I want to keep that there. Yeah, hinder civic study. I need to reject that. Oh, we finally have a silk. So let me run that in our wonder settlement. Ooh. Dude, this needs to be a city. It has a natural wonder for crying out loud.
I count the grains of sand on the beach.
All right, there's the Oracle. Crisis continues. So many resource capacity. So much resource. So many resources. Not enough capacity. This settlement is now mine. I'm gonna go for a happy tile. Or no, it's still. Ooh, wild card. Where do we want to go? Diplomatic tradition slot. Ooh, baby. Goal for trade routes. I could also just go for the culture of science because that's very weak. The tradition slot's gonna be very helpful next age, though, so I'm gonna take that. There we go, Petra Coliseum. We can get the step pyramids built. Amphitheater, villas. I need to get the villas for the influence next age. All right, negative happiness in the capital will be fine because it has plenty. Oh, 10% production towards billings is a pretty good one. I would have to get both, though. Yeah, these traditions aren't that powerful now, but next age, it's going to be really useful to have it. I could technically send him a trade route if I wanted to. I don't think I want to. Why would I want to? Ooh, 10 diplomatic actions with leaders. Hell yeah, dude. That improved our relationship. Not that that's going to matter. All right, the capital's got all of its farm improved. Some happiness stuff over here. I can buy a settler next turn. Oh, actually, I have 2 settlers coming out next. It's gonna get very expensive, that settler. How many turns? We have 6 turns for the age.
After the assembly gathers.
Oh, you know what I could be doing? I could be incorporating city-states. I probably want them to be city-states next age, though. Wow, the settlement has revolted. Dude, you did... How was I supposed to fix this? It was... What the heck, dude? There was nothing I could do. I have a commander in here and everything. All right. So be it, or this will not stand. 2 war support or happiness. Oh, dude, not stand. That's gonna flip now, though. Hinder military. I do not want that. It's actually fine, though. I'm not building military. Cult for city-states for Susanov. Let me go ahead and get these wonders out, though. The Colosseum. Bursa could be fun. The settlement needs step pyramids, though, for sure. You're going there. You're going there. 420 gold for a settler. No, it's going to revolt away from me at the end of the turn. It's going to go back to him, which is going to be really annoying. Which means I like have to redeclare on him if I want the city. Yeah. Which I can't for 2 turns. All right, there's mathematics. So we're gonna grab some codices because we don't have enough turns left. There are some products to do to get some points for the science path. I guess next time we redeclare and then, but we also use our, oh shoot. My settlers, am I waiting till the last turn to settle these guys? $14, $22, $22, $6. Matchburg's at 6. You have to pump gold into Matchburg for happiness. I could probably get away with putting this settlement down. Is it 3 turns? Now, can I swap these tiles? That's house improved. Technically, the mountains, you eventually will be able to swap those around. All right, Matchburg's at 1 happiness. This one's at 8. Ooh, nice. Definitely take the rubies out in favor of llamas, though, for happiness. This also dies if we need it. All right, 2 turns. Can we take this city back? In 2 turns. Maybe if I dump 5 influence in. All right, there we go. That's something. Now we have 4 from city-states, 1 from iron. Where's my war support? All right, we're able to take 1 district. Next turn, I need to take the other one. I'm not... Wait, where's my war support? I should have a +5 on him. Welp, I don't see any combat strength on him. Grab the iron at least. We got a few codices. We got 2 turns left. So I need to do something that only takes 2 turns to do. A villa would be useful. Takes 3 though. So get it 1 more step pyramid for the happiness and science for next stage. Ooh, there we are. Barracks. Barracks can be built, and it doesn't add production scaling to the next age. All right. We're not negative happiness anywhere. Finishing it with gold's an option, yes. Oh, this settler's not even getting out there. That was a waste of gold. I kind of like having the step pyramid, though, to be honest. All right, we actually have the cultural lead. All right, get a boat up here.
While stands the
There's the
Colosseum,
Colosseum.
God with
Literacy. All right, let me see. Can I take this tile? Maybe if I am smart about how I use my... So if I walk to the forest, it's going to use up his entire movement, but if I use the commander to just reposition him... Oh, it still use up his movement. Oh, it costs 1 movement to go in and 1 to go out. Interesting. Hit that, hit that. Hit it with a siege. Oh, it's destroyed. There, got it. Negative 18 happiness. Okay, negative 8 with dies. Cool. Well, we have 8 settlements. So that's fun, right? We do have a specialist put down. The air is about to flip, though. Ooh. All right, you want to keep this settlement as well. We did all that without flanking, by the way. All right, are there step pyramids that are available? There are. So let's go ahead and put that up here. All right, you should be able to finish off that legion, right? Yeah, I'm not getting combat strength for my war wariness. His war wariness. Oh, sorry, no, it's a negative malice on his end, so he has -3 from war wariness. I was looking for like +3 on my end, but it's not how it works. Fortunately. Why so negative? Sorry. Sorry. Sorry.
there is
All right, cool. Yep, this settlement is unhappy. If they're unhappy for 4 turns, but that's fine. We got the settlement. Just want to keep my units alive. I say as I run right in the middle there. What am I doing? Yeah, that settler didn't make it either, but that's fine. All right, cool. I could play specialists, but I think I'm just gonna grab some production, specifically some happiness. Actually, the farms is good. And yeah, so that's the very top of the very end of antiquity. So that's really cool. We got 400 gold at the top of the era. I could totally spend that gold if I wanted to. Or I could let, I think 300 transition. So we'll spend some of it. Now that probably means going to Magdeburg and buying a villa next to these mountains. Honestly, it doesn't really need it. That granite would be nice though. And then we're gonna go ahead and buy, this settlement definitely needs a fishing key harbor setup. The last bit of gold I should probably use on step pyramids because I'm going to lose access to those. Specifically, like that tile is a really good science and happiness tile. And there we are. That's the whole thing. We 8 settlements. What did we complete? The 5 altars. The pulling the strings. The Susan of 4 city-states. That's actually going to be a very strong one for us. And have an 8-level commander. Receive an army commander with 3 promotions at the top of the age. Interesting. Settlers can go to distant lands next age, which is nice. Yes. I could finally get off this tiny little island. Oh, right. He's got to turn to attack. Don't die. Don't die. Sweet. There we are. All right, cool. And then we decide, do we want to actually transition to Shawnee? Or be the apex Shawnee, or actually we can decide to become Hawaii because Tecumseh is an indigenous person. Interesting. Hawaii is definitely very, very useful for this game, but this is actually a very, very good Shawnee game. We have so many rivers available to us. Also, I forgot about the food for city-states we're Susan of. That's been really good for us. What else could I switch out? City-state. Oh, I didn't use Shisha necklace. I know that's really good. It just online speed is busted because it's not. It doesn't scale for online speed, so it's not like 50, which is quite a lot actually. So. Ooh, influence on science buildings actually. Let's go for that. So we'll get food from city-states. And influence on science buildings. And then we'll just see what this loading screen looks like on age transition. They very specifically want to keep you on the map. They don't want to take you back to a full menu. They want to keep the experience relatively stable and seamless. So you're not pulled out of the game. But there's a lot of assets that need to be unloaded and reloaded for each age. That actually helps a lot with stability, especially in modern era when there's like so much going on. Being able to unload a bunch of assets is actually really important. And honestly, that was pretty cool. I liked that. What did you guys think? The game, it just keeps going. We got new stuff now. New tech trees, new age. Felt a lot less separated than normal. And then we have a new dedication screen. So we have the ability to unlock piety immediately. We're definitely going to run this influence one. Influence and happiness on your palace for every city-state you're Susan of. I could take the army commander with 3 promotions. I could take the fast religion. I could also just take some of the basic ones. Things like 2 free settlers would actually be really good. 250 influence to immediately grab all 4 of our city-state friends would be really nice. You could also take all cities from your previous age, remain cities, the Silk Roads, which is no longer a Golden Age dedication. It's just something that you can just pick, but it does cost a dedication slot. And then we could also move our capital city. That actually costs a dedication slot as well now. You could actually, You have a choice of two different. Okay, this is something that we have to figure out. I can't spend both these, can I? Swapping capitals is a card now. Yes, I do think that's rough. I feel like moving capitals is something that was already pretty alien for a Civ game. I really liked moving capitals when I realized you got to retain both cities. And I like when you Civ switch, the renaming of new capitals, I think is really cool. When you play the same continuous Civ, you're not going to be renaming like a new capital, so it's not as necessary. But the other thing is actually, I like keeping my capital wherever has a really good palace adjacency. So this has what, 1, 2, 3, 4 ageless quarters, so it has a +4 adjacency immediately. Or no, this is not a quarter. This is overbuildable. This is a quarter, this is a quarter, and this is almost a quarter as long as I replace the altar. So that's a +3 adjacency science and culture. Meanwhile, if I moved it down here, this settlement has 1, 2, 3, actually the same, but it doesn't have, it has 2 dead tiles, so I don't want to move over here. This settlement has 1 dead tile as well. So I want to keep this capital here pretty much always. What they did do is now when you move a capital, you do get 3 population in the city. So at least you get 3 pop for spending a dedication slot. But like, do I want 3 pop or do I want 2 free settlers? Like, that's rough. I think this is going to make it so people never move their capitals if they do it like this. It would be neat if you if you change civilizations, you get a capital swap for free. I don't like that it's a point now. I do like picking piety, and then the 2 settlers here. Ooh, actually, wait, how much influence do I have? 180. 250 is a lot of influence. Well, okay, so if I have to determine what my strategy is this game, there's something to note. You can't win at the very top of Exploration Age anymore by having 9 times the other player's score. You could actually only win after 50% of the Exploration Age, which is fine. I think it was a little bit, it would be way too hard to get 9 times the score. But the threshold is still 6 times the score at 50%. That's nice. I didn't like seeing like a 9 times score at the top of Exploration area. It made it so it felt like winning was so far away. Like 49 times 9, it's like 441 like points here. Like how could you ever generate that much tourism? It made it feel like it was really, really far away and not within grasp. So I'm okay with that change. Let's look at some of these. Oh, I hate that these graphs don't have the previous age. Oh, it looks like you should be able to swap it to different ages. It just isn't available yet. Whoa, the cultural age does the work though. Interesting. And then the scientific one is continuous. So yeah, we only have 8 points here. Someone's doing pretty well. All right, but we're definitely going for cultural, economic, mostly this game. All right. Dedication. I'm going to take the influence. I actually like the idea of taking free influence this game to secure my city-states. And then the question is, do I pick piety, or do I take the army commander, or do we take the settlers? Considering I'm already at 8 out of 8, I don't think I need the settlers. I really wanted that +2 settlement capacity at the top. Let's just go for piety here. We'll get the religion. I don't need the settlers yet. And we'll confirm.
I take refuge.
Nice. So, because we are able to pick up Oh, sorry if that interrupted your stream for a little bit there. We should be good now. You vote Piety and Commander to early rush Fred and kill him before you find any players so you don't get debuffed. That's a good idea. I could still try to kill him, though. We could still go after killing him. I'm going to make befriending independent powers quicker or more easy. Influences cities next to navigable rivers. And 20%. Oh, interesting. Oh, I like the art here. You can see these tradition cards have the Shawnee art on them. Wow, this has merchant class. You can see these are the generic ones. Cool. Let me run the happiness card. Because I need to get more celebrations going. Alright, so the capital is still a city. This will, of course, be a city again. 35 production. I probably am still going to end up with 4 cities. I got units all over the place down here. So let me go ahead. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, these city-states are all around. Let me go ahead and befriend. It went from 92 to 111, by the way. Befriend. And we'll be able to get these guys next. Very good. I can gold buy a temple as well. I'll actually buy that in Magdeburg, so it's cheap. You see it's 400 gold here. In the capital, because we have a bunch of scaling production, it's 520. So Magdeburg can buy this immediately. Founding religion, turn 1. Fantastic. And what does this get us? What's our religion name, guys? I definitely really want to go after Berlin quickly. I'm going to have to kill him with boats. Yeah, we're going to have to go for an early fleet here. Let's go cartography. Forget our admirals. And we're going to get our stonecutter built. Now, in terms of our government, I think we're going to go for a... We go for food. Dude, I love food so much. Plutocracy would be good for economic victory, or pretty much literally everything. And theocracy would be good. Feudal monarchy could give us bonus to getting our naval units out there too. Tecumseh my yields. Come see my yields. Nice. I'm gonna do feudal monarchy. I really like food boosts. And let's go straight to the Shawnee Civics now. We get the servant mound. Let me actually look into more of our Shawnee kit now that we have the exploration age available to us. So we have our unique missionary. Oh, right. We have our religious units. So we also have a building that gives us food, gold for each adjacent resource. Maybe place it on vegetated terrain. We have policy cards that give us influence to befriending city-states. Culture on farming towns and food on fishing towns. Oh yeah, food boosts are going to be really good for us. Culture in cities on the... one culture in cities on our unique infrastructure. For every city-state you're a student of. Production on improvements on tundra, desert, and plains terrain in cities. These numbers are doubled if the tiles also navigate river terrain. Cool. Production on fishing boats. Awesome. So let's try... I'm actually very quickly go economics just to get maritime law so we can spam out an early navy. Just because this look at this map, it requires a navy. Oh, can we actually get... Let's see if I can even fit that in. Hey, it fits. Barely. right, now converting religion. Ooh, we have 2 natural wonders. Oh, city-states. 2 relics for converting a city-state. We have 4 of them right next to us. That's gonna be so good. And then we can go for influence for other settlements following our religion. So that's 2 influence for foreign and 1 for our own. Oh, that's actually really good. Wait, 1 influence for every navigable river terrain in foreign settlements following your religion. Dude, that's so lame. I'm not gonna lie, that's really lame. Oh, dude, actually, what's underrated is Salat. Buildings receive happiness adjacency with temples. You don't need your cities to follow your religion to get this happiness bonus. It's just immediate. This is actually very good if you don't know what to do. I'm gonna take the influence build here though, because that sounds really good for us. Ooh, a relic. Nice. Culture and happiness, hell yeah. Yeah, the natural wonder one would be good, but we have 2 natural wonders and we have 4 city-states. So I think we're gonna go for the 4 city-states because that's 8 relics just from that, which is fantastic. Now let's look at some of the triumphs. Have they updated these triumphs? 2 wonders that grant innovations. Ooh, okay, you got 4 cultural wonders now, or culture triumphs now. Relics, wonders, temples, and specifically another one for building 2 wonders that grant innovations. Oh, yo, and that dedication gives you more innovation points for every modern age wonder you build. This is really interesting. So when you're going for a scientific victory, you know, default, you're like, all right, I'm gonna go enlightenment. I wanna go for the heliocentric model, and I'm gonna go for the universities. But you could also go into the cultural path. And you build wonders that give you innovation points. That's your science victory points. And so that when you go into the modern era, your cultural path will then fuel your scientific victory, which I think is really cool. But what's this? 7 universities in your empire, 300 GDP when a project that awards innovations is completed. So you have a scientific project. Oh, by focusing on universities, you can also fuel your economic victory. And then also this one, have 30 fortifications. Tourism on all fortifications. You can get tourism from walls again. And then what's this? This economic one. Treasure convoys worth at least 10 treasure resource value. 1 dominion or military point for settlements in distant lands. Ah, I like that. So settling settlements in distant lands can give you military points this way. Cool, dude. Do we know which wonders grant innovations? Good question. Probably the science ones. In the tech tree. So if I had to guess, the... Yep. This one that gives you science on roll tiles. Server mound is not one. Oh, dude, Forbidden City now gives you tourism on fortifications in this settlement. I like that. Oh, and it gives... Oh, no, wait. That's just for innovation points. It looks like it's just that one science wonder. Which ones give... Oh, this is interesting. Mastering Imperialism gives you additional treasure value on treasure convoys from tea and spices. I don't see which one gives you innovation points. Oxford probably does. Yeah, I would. Well, so this is you have to build 2 wonders that grant innovation points in Exploration Age. And then all of your wonders in Modern Age give you innovation points. First wonder in society? Oh, that's it. House of Wisdom. So currently you have to build both the House of Wisdom and you have to build the... Shiwa Dagon. I'm sure they're going to add more wonders to probably have that innovation point. Or, like, they can always add more. But yeah, that's interesting. Very, very interesting. So you have to, in a science game, you have to get both of those wonders, which ideally, which, neat. I'm immediately sending my army up this way to the north, though. I only need one army commander, I think. That's funny how many units you could pack into here. All right, there's my first turn. Influence-wise, I have one more city-state I'm going to want to get. Let me immediately go for my bazaars. The capital, unfortunately, cannot get access to a good bazaar until you build out that river tile, which is fine. Oh, dude, this wonder gives you gold on Great Works, and we can get so many missionaries so easily. Let's go for that. All right, we have a first boat. I definitely want to explore... This seems like an easy place to explore too, so I'll buy... Oh, I need to buy a cog down here. I still need to get my cities online. All right, let's get our resources slotted too. So basically all my crabs are going in these towns. Whales need to go in the turtles need to go in the capital with the silk. This is all fine for now. I definitely need some merchants though too. Oh, these guys need to become city-states before I build merchants. So my unique unit, what does he do? Combat strength for every unique empire... Oh, every unique empire resource. Let's go to the empire resource screen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... No. Wait, what? Hello? Oh, not treasure resources. So you have iron, wine, niter. You have 3. Okay. Cool. That's funny. Oh, or upgrade your religion for Dawa, then the merchants are doubly effective? Dude, you're so right, though. Oh, he wants to reconcile. Oh, we love the Monarch Day. We could actually spam a quick navy out. And I think I will do that. So I'm gonna run priesthood here for gold in all settlements. So get our last city-state to befriend. I kind of want to reject his friendship. I honestly just want to take him out. Like, I want to unify this land. And technically, if I take... Oh, Pax Mongolica. 8 settlements in the homelands. Okay, that's actually a lot. I'm going to reject this. I think it'd be more entertaining to try to push into him. He's Prussia. He does not have a unique unit again yet. Obviously, he will get one. $450 gold for another city. He's going to sanction you 2 turns into that reconciliation? Yeah, I would say so. Oh, we have to follow a new advisor. They didn't tell me anything last stage, but that's fine. Let's just follow you. All right, there we are. And here's our boats. So... Definitely can do some immediate exploring. Dude, you're so right about Daba. I definitely take that every single game I've ever played, though. So, oh man. Nice. Gain a boost with the early available technology, but negative 100 protection for 2 turns. That's not worth it. Take the 100 gold. So Berlin, dude, having catapults from the start is incredible, man. I could buy a fleet commander right off the bat. Get a culture boost here. Oh, there's a policy card for building boats, naval units. It's great timing. So between the 30% production towards naval units and then another 30%, we have 60% production towards naval units. We have 51 production. So we have what, like 70 some production for boats? It's 65 for boats. Yeah, we're 1 turning boats right now. That's awesome, dude. That's so awesome, dude. Oh man, that's tempting to delay the wonder again. But I got to. Be cool if the advisors act more similar to governors in Civ 6. Maybe give them actions that can use the influence. So I like the idea of bringing back Civ 6 governors. I don't think that the advisors is the way to go. The advisors are just literally a tutorial mechanism. I actually don't even know how to get to them. I just want to see them pop up like on this screen and just say something or talk to you. If you ever played Civ 4, Civ 4 is they literally had voice lines and they jumped up and they would talk and say, "We need more men." That would be awesome. That would be amazing. All right, let's go for, I want to go for early warfare here. So let's go up to machinery up to the top of the tech tree. I have a nice little light medieval era war going on. I go to theology to get that evangelize. Let's go up here for unique infrastructure first, though. Now, again, attacking the DDAI right off the bat is actually really rough because you're on the same tech level, but he has 8 combat strength on you. However, we will have +4 from our city-states, and we're going to have at least +3 from our empire resources. So that's helpful. There's also a bunch down here. Let's make another city. Amazing. Filter by... Nope, sort. Oh, sweet. This is new. Sort by settlement name, sort by available resource slots, sort by total resource slots, sort by warehouse count. Homeland versus distant lands. Oh, that's a sword. It's not a... Oh, they're all homelands. A hide feature. High science yield. So you know where to put science, like, or the highest culture one, so you know where to put your silk. That's neat. All right. Yeah, he's got coursers. Bring this boat back. All right, I want to keep my catapults inside of my commander. Honestly, I could use more archers. I'm gonna have one boat flanking up to Berlin. I'm gonna have like 3 or 4 boats here attacking these islands. I just want to be like completely alone. All right, so Bazaar, Grand Bazaar. Let's get this Bazaar built. I'm gonna get some gold per turn. Start overbuilding as well. Actually, one more boat. Why not? Why shouldn't I have one more boat? We're not in a rush for distant lands. Not necessarily. I'm gonna do some light exploring. But for the most part, I'm gonna be focused up here. And of course, we need to have all of our city-states on our side before we declare. More turtles. Oh, swapping tiles. Oh, it used to be a city-states tile. That's why. All right, cool. So we got our navy out. Let's go straight into another celebration for food this time. We'll do production towards overbuilding. We're about to do a lot of that. Certain amount is unlocked. Observatories. Oh, observatories give adjacencies to mountains. I love it. Let's get our markets online first, though. Hey, Paisley. How's it going? I'm definitely enjoying the build. So Paisley, basically, there was one thing that I wanted them to do, and that was to like expand syncretism. And I said from the very beginning that I really enjoy syncretism, and I think it's a lot of fun. And I think, but I'm also a player that really enjoys Civ switching in the first place, and I like the blending and mixing and the what ifs and all that stuff. But the introduction of syncretism was basically a way for a player to not Civ switch, but then still feel forced to do like a Civ switch light mechanic. The fact that you can now go in and syncretize into your own traditions is exactly, like, quite literally what I had written down in my feedback. And without me even sending that portion of the feedback until later. The ability to not only double down, but like to triple down on your like Civ's identity and to pull tradition cards. Like right now we played as the Shawnee, and because we syncretize it into our own religion, or sorry, our own traditions, we got an additional policy card that gives me influence in cities that are adjacent to navigable rivers. But I got that unlocked from turn 1 instead of having to wait until I found it. Where is it? Where is it? Oh shoot! Is it just an additional tradition? Oh, that was the Test of Time tradition. It's not one of these 4 traditions that just scales. This gives me culture and food on farming and fishing towns. This gives me culture on cities, and then with my unique... Oh, this is the befriending one. Yeah, the Test of Time tradition is just now your Syncretism option. That's awesome, dude. Best change this round. I think it's like there's you have 3 options now. It's you can fully Civ switch and completely change the direction, probably based off of what's happening in your map, but also to receive multiple Apex ages. Or you can stay your Civ and play one continuous syncretized like strategy throughout the entire game, but still pick up a unique unit. Like I had to fight through Berlin and legions up here with Prussia. That was a nightmare, and I had no unique units, so that was definitely a challenge to fight into that. And then, or you could triple down on your identity and have an additional tradition. And like we all love the Test of Time, the narrative event portion and the policy card you got out of it, but we all hated how it was like a nerf card you had to run that felt very gamey. So the fact that it's now just a signature option, but also it gives you additional social policy slot to make sure that you can run it. There's basically when I was like doing my own breakdowns of like how would I balance a Civ without giving them the unique unit or a unique infrastructure, I was like, oh, you can just give them other things. Like some things come right off the bat, like your continuous, your strategy does not change per era, so you have very, very strong districting at the very top of the era. Like think about Pachacuti. This one, actually playing the Shawnee and having your spawn bias actually affect your antiquity spawn. We had navigable rivers here, 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 here. We had 2 natural wonders, dude. Like I mean, it's so good, but. This whole like that just comes like with the kit, right? And that's why I was trying to say the most important thing is this ability. Your Civ ability has to be like the most powerful thing, as opposed to the traditions that used to be like what you carried on throughout the game. Now this is the most important thing. But yeah, basically I said like I don't need a unique unit. I don't need a unique infrastructure from another Civ. Literally just give me more social policy slots or tradition slots and give me more of my traditions like into the other age. Like in antiquity, I have 4 traditions in an Apex age, but in antiquity I only have access to the 1. So it's like, oh, just give me another 1 or 2 or 3. But now they actually did more work. Because like what you could have done is you could just give me 1 or 2 of these traditions and I would have been happy in antiquity. But instead they've designed a 5th tradition, which is hilarious and I think amazing. So I wonder what it's like in modern era too. Huh. Curious. Anyways, I'm very, very happy. We're about to, and this is also this map, dude. Fractal continents, really, really, really random, eh? So, but we have 4 city-states. I'm going to use these guys for combat strength. I want to kill Frederick. I literally was not even paying attention to triumphs in the first era. I was just playing to play, and I really like that. We have such good culture. Oh my goodness. This screen, by the way, I like the tabs. I do enjoy the timeline. This is obviously better than just the list that we had before. I do want to see like a great work screen. Or even literally have a tab for me to go back and forth on my great works. I do still want that, just so you can see where they are. I love graphs for economic. I'm a little bit confused as to why why my GDP is dropping. So many UI changes. I like what this is doing. The different icons is so helpful between cities and towns, or triumph points or capitals. And this is just, I guess this is just cute. Race to 100 points. Ooh, the server's mound. I do actually, yeah, I need to build that here. You're so right. I can't build it here. Oh wait, no, it's not unlocked yet. Thank you. All right, first city-state suzerain. I think we actually Suze 3 of these this turn too. Yeah, we did. So we're gonna have 4 city-states total. We have a unique infrastructure, so I don't need to pick up unique infrastructures. That was the other thing is I realized about when you're playing a non-Apex Civ, you don't have unique infrastructure. Yeah, you can get unique infrastructure. It's just from city-states. Like playing a non-Apex Civ, like you can, like if I'm playing as Pachacuti and I have unique infrastructure, I don't really care to pick up another one. But if I'm playing a non-Apex Civ and I don't have access to one, maybe this is more higher value to me. Pretty much all my games I only pick one. So like the idea that you need to have a military unit from another Civ, or you need to have a unique infrastructure from another Civ, is neat. I think it's interesting, and I think it's a lot of fun. Specifically the combinations, lots of players are going to enjoy that, but it's not needed. It's not that, like, we want to play non-Apex Civs with nothing in our kit, but there's so many ways for you to fill out your kit in a custom way, whether it's through city-states, or the traditions that they're making, or just literally bringing traditions and just more of them and scaling over, giving us tradition slots. Or honestly, the one thing they could look into is what if instead of having no military unique unit, just give me a tradition that gives me like a base combat strength to my preferred unit class. So like Shawnee in Antiquity, they have a unique infantry and exploration. So just give me a policy card that's giving me like +3 combat strength on my infantry, my generic infantry, in Antiquity, and then I would be happy, and I wouldn't be like a sitting duck. I wouldn't be so easy to bully, just because you had a policy card that kind of like helped you out a little bit, and that could be a choice between, do you pick the sim tradition or the war tradition, or I don't know, but I think there's a lot of different options available in the game, which I think is neat. All right, 2 gold for every active trade route for each economic city state you're choosing of. There is what, 2 of these? No, there's 1 economic city state. Gold on treasure resources, gold on saw pits, harbors, and sawmills. The shape of these fortifications. I'm so sorry. That's too funny, dude. That's so freaking funny. All right, I think we could take. Oh man, market right is gold on saw pits, harbors, and sawmills, but gold on gold buildings feels really good here. It also helps with your enlightenment as well, though. And we have a lot of coast. I'll take the 4 gold on gold buildings. Minor embassies would be fun. Happiness and happenings buildings. Social policy slot, happiness. Demand tribute. Targets with treasure resources. Inflicts negative 20 gold per turn on the owner or the settlement of the duration. Creates a treasure convoy with a value of 2 when the action ends. Bro, hello? That just seems fun as hell. Demand tribute. Can I do that immediately? Let's try it. Let me pick it out. Playtesting. And then culture. Culture on culture buildings. Culture on temples and cities for each city-state you have a citizen of. Receive a relic. Culture on specialists. Culture on fishing keys. Culture on temples and cities with a culture on temples is actually really good. I'll take that. All right, let's go up to heraldry because we're about to go to war. All right, so the capital has a sawmill now. Let's see, observatories. +4. Oh, there's a mountain there too. That's so good. We have gristmill potential as well. Put the gristmill and the sawmill together for the quarter next to the palace. The observatory is really good here. That's way too funny, man. That's so funny. He's still trying to reconcile. Nope. Nope. I didn't enjoy you last time. And this is your bed. You lie in it. Alright, so what kind of combat track do these units even have? That's not gonna show us until we go to war. Yeah, we have 3 Empire resources, okay. So, settlement limit, tradition slot, culture for cities, and the, let me see. Do I go evangelize my religion? I need to set my trade routes to these city-states now. Yeah, let's do that. I'm gonna buy a couple archers here. And I'm gonna queue up some merchants to build. We got a bunch of influence. We do have things. Oh, demand tribute. Does that give you a treasure convoy if it's on your homelands, though? Five turns. That hits... Oh, negative 20 gold per turn is so strong, too. Little food boost. All right, there's another city-state. Back to our 4 city-states. Oh, monasteries, dude. 4 science, 3 happiness, and 7 follows religion. Monasteries are so freaking good, man. Where does my unique infrastructure go anyways? Mostly placed on vegetated terrain. Can't be adjacent to another one. Monasteries can't be adjacent to districts. Hell yeah, dude. Let's take monasteries. Monasteries are still so good. Oh, advanced production. To make our dreams reality requires a great skill and effort. Tell me more. Optimize production. Oh, okay. I think you need that in every victory condition, but sure. Alright, I got my boats ready for this war now. And look, distant lands. Hinders military production too. You're probably right. I'm trying to save influence for the actual war support though. Nah, you're probably right. I was wondering about stealing tech as well. Oh, Serpent Mound's ready. Oh, wait. Oh, I can't build it in any of those. Grassland Wonder. Hmm. This only needs to be a city next. All right, well, we gotta build Serpent Mound anyways. It is influence. Science and production on all unique improvements in the settlement. There's just not going to be any tiles for the settlement to make unique improvements, though. I could probably put a bunch of them up here, though. Look at all this grassland. This could all be monasteries. Make the city that built it the monastery still club. Oh, this settlement's also 1 tile away from Nagua River, which is unfortunate. So it shouldn't be a city. This can't be a city either. I would think this settlement would have better access for our unique infrastructure, though. Has to be on a vegetative terrain, though. Southernmost settlement. I'm assuming you're not talking about this one. I could put 1 monastery in this settlement, and it's not even letting me put my unique infrastructure down. It's not limited to cities, is it? It's not. Yeah, so this one has like literally 1. I don't know why it's letting me... Oh, I need to improve these woods tiles first. 1, 2, 3. No, 1. Nope. Just 1, actually. 2. There's only 2 vegetated tiles, and then the monasteries could go other places. If this becomes a city, it's just very expensive to make it a city, though. The canal town. Yeah. Not much of a canal there. And the cape is right there. That's really funny. Looks like there's a little bit of distant lands here. It looks like, I'm sure there's probably other stuff to go around here. There's definitely going to be a war coming up. But guys, I will be actually ending the stream here. It's getting pretty late for me, so I do need to make sure I do take some time. We actually played more than I expected to tonight. I'm pretty much just trying to play 1 era, 1 age per night. So Wednesday night, Friday night, or Wednesday, Thursday, Friday night. We actually got a little bit into exploration here. If we play fast, then awesome. But this is interesting. I think there's definitely stuff I want to play around with. I could definitely beeline certain victory conditions. I tend to do in each of the workshops. However, I am working full time right now, so I only have so much time. We got pretty far. I really like the idea that you can go ahead and just kind of ignore completing every single legacy path. I like the fact that you can only pick 3 of your triumphs. And then at the end of the day, you also need to prioritize your victory condition. So there's only so far. So you can, focus on these, or you can ignore them. You can do whatever you want. Definitely prioritizing some of these. Diplomatic action with all leaders. Like, that's going to be really hard to do. Convert someone to your religion. 36 tourism. That's just a nice little boost to winning. Conquering capital gives you dominion points. There's definitely... Oh, there's another one. Discover all natural wonders. Food on breathtaking tiles is back. Oh, baby! Oh, let's go. Okay, I like that. I like that that comes back now. That was only in antiquity last round. So I like that they're adding appeal mechanics into the game, and I think that's neat, dude. We're definitely tracking this. Becoming Susan of 5 city-states. Do 10 espionage is definitely something to look into. But yeah, in terms of victory conditions, definitely just Tecumseh is a food civ, so we're just building up our food and production and then seeing what opens up. Looks like culture is the way to go, especially with how much appeal we have. Because tourism from appeal in modern era is actually incredibly strong, and I can't wait to show you guys. Have a good night, Paisley. Yeah, have a good night, everyone. I'll be ending up the stream here. I'm guessing Paisley isn't streaming right now, so And so I don't think anyone's online. I probably can't even figure out how to... Oh, dude, I need to fix my computer. Anyways, I'll catch you guys all later on the next time. And see ya later. I know how to sign off. Bye-bye.